Hello everyone. So today we'll be starting with AWS, another video of my tutorials. So today I'll be showing you how to host a simple website on AWS. So this is very much like you'll be getting to work on in production. If you work on web servers, like to host the websites using S3 buckets to upload the media content and other things, also to take the backup of your code. Then you'll be using RDS to deploy your database. RDS might be a multi-age database or might not be, depending upon the needs. Also, we'll be using IAM to set up IAM role for EC2 to use S3. So let's start with the IAM. So first I'll be creating a policy which will be using different others. I mean, things like it will have EC2 read, write, list and other things available in it. So let's go to policies in IAM. We'll click on create policy. We can go in JSON, and if you have the JSON script, you can write it down here as well. You can go into visual editor as well. You can choose a service. Right, so here it is, S3. Right, so here it is, S3. With actions, you can click here on all S3 actions. You can click here and you can choose all resources, so it will be applied on all the buckets that are available, or you can also choose specific buckets as well. So next we'll click on review policy. We'll give it a name, so EC2 policy for S3. I'll copy this in description as well. You can click on create policy. Right, so we have one policy created. Let's go to roles. Click on create role. See, I already had that role available, but I'll be creating for you guys to understand how I did it. Click on next on permissions. I can now search here EC2 policy for S3. See, I got it. Click on next review, give it a name. So I'll give it EC2 underscore role underscore S3. You can leave the description as it is. I click on create role. So that's it. Next we'll go to RDS and we'll create a database. So this database will be multi-AZ database. It will cost you bills, so it's your choice to create a multi-AZ database or leave it. So let's go ahead and create the database. If I go on dashboard, it says get started now. Click here. Right, so I'll go with MySQL. Click on next. I'll select production MySQL. You can go with Amazon Aurora. Right, so 5.6. I'll choose t2.micro. Since this is just a website for you to show like how it will work, so I'm using t2.micro. It might depend on the need, like what instance you need to choose. So provisioned IOPS, so general purpose, I can go with general purpose 20 GB. See, it shows the pricing as 37.64 USD. Right, so it has different pricing in different regions. Right now I am in Northern California, so it is showing me this price. You might be in Northern Virginia, you might get some other price. So I'll give you a different my names. Techessentials. I'll be keeping everything same. It will be easy for me to remember the things here. Click on next. Right, so make sure that you have default VPC and your RDS and your EC2 instances are in same security group, so that it becomes easy for you to have them connected. Right, so it will create a new VPC security group. Database name, I'll keep it the same. Here, see, I have set public accessibility to no, so this DB instance can only be connected from inside the VPC, and so only EC2 servers can access this database. So that will make my database secure from outside attacks. Right, leave everything else as default and click on launch DB instance. So this is going to take time to launch. Meanwhile, let's just go ahead with S3 and do it. So see, the instance is being created. Let's go to S3 and move ahead. Okay, so we'll create two buckets. One will have our code and one bucket will have all our media files. So let's give it a name, tech essentials -wp code 2018 create. I'll create one more bucket that will store my media files. So tech essentials -wp media 2018. Right, so meanwhile risk being created, let's move to EC2 and launch our EC2 server. So click on launch instance. We'll go with Amazon Linux AMI. This is CentOS 6. You can also go ahead with Amazon Linux AMI version 2. It is CentOS 7, so you need to be a bit careful with the commands that I'll be using. It has different repositories, different versions that are running over there. So you need to be a bit careful with the commands that I'll be running here. You might have to change one or two things here and there. So I guess it's taking a little bit of time to load. So I'll pause the video. Meanwhile it loads, I'll be back. Okay, so this has loaded. We'll go with tutor.micro instance. Click on next, configure instance details. Just see here that you have a default VPC selected. You can leave all the options here as default. Click on advanced details and you'll have an option to enter the user data here. Here you can run your bash scripts. You can input here as a text, as a file, right? So see, this is the code that I'll be using here. This is the bash script. So this script will be there in the description below. So you can use the same script to deploy this complete bash script, and this will work for this particular AMI. If you're using any different AMI, then make sure to have these commands run one by one so that you do not face any problem after the instance is launched. So I'll just copy it, come back here, paste it, click on next, add storage. 8 GB is enough for me. Click on next. I'll add a tag, name, webdmz server. Click on next, create security group. I'll create a security group as webdmz. I'll rename bit things here, webdmz. So it has SSH. Make sure that you always bind your SSH to an IP address that you trust, but here since I'm demonstrating this, so I'll keep it open. Review and launch. You can review all your settings, all your options that you have selected here. Click on launch. I'll create a new key pair that will be called webdmz.pem file that will be downloaded. Right, so see, I have the file downloaded here. So I'll click on launch instance now. Meanwhile the instance is launched, I'll pause the video, and once it is done, I'll be back. Right, so my instance is now launched. See, it has a public IP, each and everything is here. We can see the security groups as well. So there are different other things. Let's just log in into this instance and see what all has been done. So before login, let's wait for 2-3 minutes for that bash script to complete, and all the things that we wanted there to be done, it's done. And meanwhile, I'll explain you what the script is doing. So let's open up the script. It is here. So yum update -y, it will update all the applications that are there on the server. This will install HTTPD, PHP, PHP MySQL client. This will now go into the HTTP directory. It will take backup of the current file. It will remove the old file, and the new file with all the changes that we need will be copied from my S3 bucket. Now in the HTML folder of www, it will copy the healthy.html file for the load balancer. Then we'll download the WordPress, we'll extract it, and then we'll adjust the permissions and ownership, and then we'll start the HTTP. So that's all that is being done here. So let's log into the server and see what all has been done. SSH-I webdmz ec2-user @ let me copy the IP address, copied, paste, enter. Right, click on yes. Right, so do it sudo su. Let's go into the var www html and see. Yes, so we have everything here. Let's go to /etc/httpd conf and see if files have changed. Yes, they have changed. So guys, we are done with the setup here. What all we needed to do, we have set up our IAM role, we have set up the AWS, we have set up our S3 buckets, and we have also launched our AWS server. So that's all for this current video. In the next video, we'll go ahead and make all the necessary changes. We'll see how we can take the backup of the code and media to S3, how we can connect RDS. So in the coming videos, we'll have all those things done. Thank you for watching this, and join me in the next video. Thank you.